Okay, we're back. All right. Thank you for coming back and joining me. I hope you guys guess you guys can join me in this halftime review. I started my live a few minutes ago, but we had a technical difficulty, so I am reconnecting. So I hope my message was clear earlier with ISM, especially for Frank. I hope you're still here. Yeah. So go ahead and just join us back if you were able to join earlier. Just drop a comment, say hi, and leave your message. Okay. So guys, I was talking about ISM earlier, and we said that ISM is really starting to wake up. We are currently trying to challenge the MA20 line over here where you have, as you can see, whenever in a Bollinger Band, when you are moving below the MA20 line, your MA20 can act as a resistance, which manifested here, actually here. So it landed slightly higher, but it wasn't really sustained because of the volume. So that is the next thing that this stock is going to challenge once again, your MA20 line. Uh, However, just a disclaimer and just a warning, there are a lot of traders in ISM. Okay, so normally, uh, whenever this stock goes up, unless there's a big catalyst, normally people will take profit right away. Okay, so if this stock, but overall, you are already at a very cheap level. In case this stock shows some signs of weakness near the MA20 line, the next possible area that you can enter at would be 4.15 because looking at here at the MA20 line in a 15-minute chart, you're at the MA20 line when the price reaches 4.15 level. Okay, another hot stock to watch out for is of course JFC. Hello, thanks for coming back, Frank. Uh, JFC, maybe it's really JFC that's not loading. Power. Interact. What about MBT? There you go. So internet is back. I am JFC. What about MBT? This is crazy. Let me. Wow. This is so embarrassing, guys. I'm really sorry. Just hang in there. Anyway, chat with me. If you have questions while we wait for our chart to load. If you are new to the stock market, I think this is a perfect opportunity for you to ask questions. Maybe in my own simple way, I can also help you and give give some tips for you guys on where we can get good information on the internet. Okay, it's really maybe there are a lot of people using the internet or the server that I am in. I don't know. I only JFC. Stream health, excellent. Okay, let me just get another one. Let me just reload that. Okay, one. There you go. The internet should cooperate because this is just taking advantage of the break in the market. Yan. Okay, so let me just load my chart. Okay. So what is currently happening here? Oh no, no, not that, not that. JFC. JFC. Okay. So we finally crossed the MA20 line for JFC, guys. Okay. JFC has crossed the MA20 line. So I would have to say we now have a new support in this area, which is also your MA20 line. The reason why I said that is you had some price consolidation here. Notice for several days the price landed at the same area. However, there was a price breakdown that happened here. But now we've recovered and it is now above that line. So most likely you are now going to face a brand new wave for this stock. Okay, and overall, this is a great opportunity for those people who are really into long term with JFC. The market has given us a good opportunity to get in and buy some more shares at the discounted price. Okay, so actually, from wherever it is at right now, or even lower than that, I'd say it won't really go so far based on the charts that we have here. It won't go any lower than 184, 183 level. So this will now start to reverse, guys, and bounce. Okay. Questions: entry, exit, and stop loss. Okay. So, Frank, my tip for you is whenever you look into a chart, the first thing that you need to identify first is you need to find your support and you need to find your resistance. Okay. Always make it a habit to enter at the support area, because imagine what happens if you enter, you don't understand the significance of support and resistance. Let's say you enter at this level. Okay, we're using Jollibee as an example. So the first thing I would do is find the support and then find the next resistance. Okay, so let us say this is the next resistance. The reason why I said that is from where it is at right now, I screen upwards while looking to my left, screening to the left side. Okay, and here we found that this area had a consolidation. There's a support built that was built in that area. So when the price goes down, your previous support will act as a resistance. Now, let's say you didn't understand that and you entered at this level. You entered when the price hits this area. Okay? And then all of a sudden there is some price weakness because it was indeed a resistance, and normally when that thing happens there's really some price rejection. So you enter at this level and you're so um, you're confident that you will set a stop loss of 3%, for example, 3% of the amount you entered. What are the chances of you being kicked out right away? While it's true that there's no automatic stop loss execution or feature in the, let's say, COL or whatever platform you have in the Philippine market, so far it's only AAA from what I know. That's the only platform that has a stop loss feature that automatically kicks you out of your trade when that price is hit. So if you enter at the resistance, automatically there's really a big chance that you will be kicked out right away. And even if you set a 3% or 5%. Okay, so once you're done doing that, of course, let's say you now know how to identify the support and the resistance. Always make sure that you get in as near as you can to the support area. Because normally, again, when a price hits the support area, the movement is, of course, bounce. So what is 3%? Let's say you enter at the 201 level. 3% is still way below here. Right, around this level. Okay, so you still have enough wiggle room. Put that here, you'll easily be kicked out because that's a resistance. So it's really important that we find our support first. Hi, Palaboy Trader. Palaboy Trader is also a trader. One time I was just browsing the internet and he was doing live. So thank you for welcoming me in your live streaming the other day. It was, I think you really had a good crowd there. Okay. Are you using the Bollinger Band? Yes. Hey, Palaboy, I'm only using two major indicators. I pair my Bollinger Band with my RSI. So I was giving an advice to Frank. By the way, Frank Palaboy could also be a very good mentor in the internet. I mean, in YouTube, he does live streaming almost every night, 9 p.m. Manila time, and I think that will be morning, uh, your time. So I only use Bollinger Band and RSI. But definitely, whenever later on, as we review the stocks, you'd see the rhythm of how I check out the different areas of the chart. But definitely, support and resistance are the most important things to determine first before you make any conclusions. Okay, so let's try another stock. Okay, for those people who just joined, go ahead and drop a comment, and Palaboy Trader, feel free to add more tips and insights to our uh, friends here. Okay, so let's do tag team as we give some pointers to our friends. Okay, so see the concept, guys. Rule of thumb, always enter near a support because the chances of you being kicked out at your stop loss area is slimmer than you entering at the resistance area. Okay, so let's check out for those people who have not joined yet, but let's review their stocks anyway. Maybe they'll be joining and they'll be watching our videos after our live. There you go. Let's check out MBT. Okay. So guys, you see another thing to remember, and this is a common behavior of a stock. When it moves, let's say it goes up, when it goes up, sometimes it consolidates first within the area because the buyers and the sellers are having like a tug of war before it goes down, right? In the same manner, when it goes down, it consolidates first before it reverses again. Okay, so I think that is what's happening here right now for our MBT. We are currently sitting at the resistance area. Where's my line? Okay, anyway, I'll just draw the line here. This is the resistance area over here. And we're now, most of the action is currently happening below the MA20 line. Okay, so also you have a declining volume at the moment. See that? Declining volume. So I have a feeling that um, it may not happen today, but in the coming days, this stock might rest for a while. Okay, let us see if this area will, first area of support that will potentially be challenged is this level. Okay, so this used to be a support as well. So check out this area, 66.21 level. So if that gets broken, what I can see here is that the next support would potentially be in this area, 63.82. Okay, I'll reload because my tools were hidden. I don't know what happened. There you go. So that was for MBT. So I'll draw that line. First area to watch out for would be 66.25 because we saw this. Okay, and also a support here, and so we're plotting the support there. Okay, so once it reaches that level, let's chat again and then find out based on the candlestick if it's really going to bounce in the area or it will continue to go down. Your volume is also declining. Okay, let's check the other stocks. SMPH. SMPH. Okay, so it respected the line that we plotted, I think, last night, even the previous days. I still stick to this as our support. So this is an MA20 line. So it's trying to trigger now your upper Bollinger Band. So I would have to say that we might face a brand new wave. And the first resistance that it will challenge at the moment would be the, is this an all-time high for this stock? Okay, 41.91 was the highest so far in the history of SMPH. So that's the first area that this stock will uh, try to break, resistance that is. Okay, so it might break that 41.78. Hopefully we don't see a sign of weakness there. Okay, so if there will be some, let's say, a red candlestick that will be formed on that day, let's check again because it might, when it shows some signs of weakness, it might go back to the support, which is our MA29. But so far, this is a promising move for our SMPH here. Okay, we just need good volume. The next one is ICT. For the past few days, ICT has been uh, in the #1 spot for highly traded stock. Okay, so all you have to do, make sure, wow, there's also read the the news, guys, 4 hours ago. Just check that out. I cannot, because when I open it, it will create a brand new window, and this does not capture it. Okay, so I would have to say we're currently moving outside of the lower Bollinger Band. So I'd have to say it actually broke that support we created. So there's a big chance that it might, if this does not end within the Bollinger Band, which is hopefully much higher than the 123.18 level, I'd have to say we're not yet really done with the downtrend here. There was a price consolidation, but all of a sudden, the sentiment really broke the lower Bollinger Band. So the first area that it will challenge for our support would be this. Okay, why did I say that? Because of this. So that's how we screen. You screen from where it is at right now. You scroll downwards and while moving to the left side. That's how you do your back testing. Scroll down, look to your left. Do you see the next area where you have a consolidation? There you go. So this is the next one. And then you scroll all the way down again, looking at your left. Where could it potentially fall again? Probably this area. Okay. So that's how you do your support and resistance without really depending on the automation that this tool, like there used to be a oh, this one. If you click this, it will show the support and resistance automatically, but it's really good that you know how to do it yourself manually because that's more accurate. Okay, so just be extra careful. No, I mean, if I may phrase that differently, if you believe in this stock and you know the potential of this stock, wait for it because you might potentially get this at a much discounted price. So that's how you phrase it more positively. Because it might revisit the 115 level. If that gets broken, the next area is 110. Okay. Let's see that. For MBT got sold with 6% dividend. Wow, now waiting for its pullback for another day. Yep, so looks like MBT is indeed really going to rest, right? Um, question poses support and then nagiging resistance. Paki-explain po later pag di na-busy kayo. Okay. At SMPH got stopped out after the last very bullish candle at 40, was not able to catch this one though. SMPH, let me check. Okay, sorry. I only have one screen. That's why I toggled between screens. So you said after the last very bullish 40.60, not able to catch this one though. Yep. So you took profit, am I correct? At 40.6. Support versus our same, depende lang position pag ang tinignan ay sa baba ng consolidation and price is called support. Pag sa taas ng resistance naman. Yep. Thanks for SMPH insights. Okay. Yeah, so if I'd like to put that in layman's term, support is like your floor, right? That when you drop a ball, when it reaches that level, it bounces up again, right? And your resistance is like your ceiling, that when it reaches that, there is some rejection that's happening. It goes back. Okay. Now, another rule of thumb, normally, if you are going to look at historical data, looking at the charts, when a stock is in an upward trend, there's really momentum that's happening. Your resistance, your ceiling gets broken. And once that gets broken, your ceiling now will act as a support. Your previous resistance in an upward trend will now become your support. Okay? So, let's have another stock just so we can paint the picture clearer. All stocks. Okay, so we talked about ICT. Let's talk about TEL. TEL is, of course, PLDT. Let's check this. Okay. In the meantime, first of all, I would have to say your resistance here for TEL, while it's true that it's showing green, it might first challenge your first resistance, which is this one. Okay, your MA20 line. Reason why we said that is previous support. Okay, price consolidating in that area, and then all of a sudden during this day over here, it got broken and then it went down. So it will have something like this. Okay, it will challenge that first. Sometimes it will consolidate in that area, which is your resistance, before it breaks it. Okay, normally that's how it is. It's just gaining some power and volume before it breaks it. So when I said your previous resistance will become your support, okay, here, let's find an example. Let's use this as an example. Okay, this area at one point was your resistance, right? From this point, it went up, and then there was rejection, it was a resistance. It went down, and then it broke that, okay? It broke that line. So what happened here is that when it made a swing to the upside, it revisited this line again. See that? This candlestick over here, it revisited that line, okay, before it went up again. So you had something like this. Went down, up, and then down again. Okay, so that's one example. Another one is your previous resistance will now be support. Your previous support will become a resistance. Let's talk about that concept. So this one over here, this line here, so it landed here, it created a support, revisited it, it strengthened the support, right? But at one point, it broke that support. So this time, support becoming a resistance. When it broke that support, it went down, right? But it revisited that line again, but it had trouble. It had difficulty breaking that resistance. Previous support becoming a resistance now. And then it went back. It tried to break that again. It went back. Tried to break that a little higher, but it was not sustained. That's why it went down again. But it used to be a support, guys, but became a resistance now. See the difference? That's how your previous support acting as a resistance. I hope Frank was able to capture that. Thank you, Palaboy, for staying. I'll try my best to join you in your uh, live stream tonight as well. Okay. The next one. Let's talk about MPI. MPI, guys, we're not yet safe. Okay, we're not yet safe. We're still outside the Bollinger Band. While it's true that you are already at the oversold area, let us wait till we see some confirmation that we are indeed going to bounce now. Okay, probably an engulfing green candlestick would do, or being validated by um, our RSI there. But we're still showing signs of weakness for this. BDO. Let me just update our link in our YouTube or Facebook page, guys. Give me 1 minute. Looks like the market will open while I'm still here. That's gonna be interesting. So we can see the market in action. This is gonna be challenging, but let's try it out. But I never really tried reviewing stocks while the market is open. Okay, so if you have questions, just feel free to post your question. We're all new here. Well, for some of us. Okay, I am updating this. Okay, there you go. There you go. Thanks for confirming, Frank. I hope I was able to explain that clearly. Every time ma-hit to change. Correct po ba yan? Are you referring to the resistance or the support? So let me go back to tell, just for clear. picture. So every time it hits, it gets hit, or each time it breaks that, let's say, are you referring to the resistance? It breaks each time the price breaks the resistance, it will now have a new wave and it will create a brand new support. Your previous resistance will now become your support. Okay. For BDO, okay, so this one, guys, you are now showing signs of weakness. For BDO, be extra careful while it's green, but it will still challenge your 159.45. You might have a green, but it might just end a little lower, or just within the area of 159 before it goes down. Okay. Look at your MA20 line. It's pointing downwards. See that? There you go. Okay, so be extra careful, as it might rest for a while. We talked about SMPH. So this is your support, 39.55. But really promising move for today for SMPH. But your next resistance is 41.78. URC is also triggering the lower band, but who knows, we might end up having a doji here. A doji is just like a cross, something like this. Okay, this is also a doji like that. Okay, so another thing that you need to check, where could it potentially create a support? Are we in fact in the support area? Yes, actually it's trying to create a support in this level. So that's the support that we see. Hopefully it doesn't break that. For the past 3 days, 1, 2, 3. So we might have a possible bounce happening soon. If not today, possibly. Oh, today is Friday. Okay, fine. Um, who knows? We could end up having a green candlestick today, but definitely look at your RSI here. It's already giving us an upward direction, meaning while the price is moving downwards here, people feel that it's already becoming more cheap and cheap as we move down. So if you would like to give it a try, 140.21 is a good entry price. But to be sure, you can wait for a green candlestick, guys, before it goes up. Okay. Now, you're welcome, Frank. Okay. So let's continue. So we talked about BPI. Yeah, BPI is trying to retrace and rest. Where's the next support? Here. Okay. I always default to a daily chart, guys, because my profile is really more on a position trader. I'm more of a position trader, considering that I have work in normally mornings or mid shift. I have a flexi sched, but I work in the mornings. So I just wait for a right timing before I enter, and this suggests that the support here is around this level. So it might revisit this area before it goes up. Okay, see that? Right. The next one is, okay, we talked about JFC, Ali. For Ali, okay, trying to stabilize at the area. Okay, it's trying to stabilize the support in that area right now. Okay, see that? Used to be a resistance here. There used to be a resistance in this area, and now it revisited that support, became a support. It revisited, there was a breakdown, and it landed on the next support of that line over here, right? And then now it broke that, and it will now revisit this area again to create a stabilization in this level. So you have two key areas to watch out for. this being a support at the same time your MA20 line. So two considerations there that would strengthen your conviction. 45.45 or 45.44, it's still the same. And that's your support. If we break that, the next support would be 42.69. The next is AEV. Okay, we're now sitting at the MA20 line, so it might stabilize in that area. Okay, there's also a here, and for several days here. So yep, this might be a support for us. Okay, 51.16 level. DMC. Okay, so you had a bounce earlier. Okay, let me show you. Price was moving in an upward direction over here, right? While price was moving downwards here. And you had that bounce. This is the bounce. Okay, you waited that long, but the bounce is just very minimal paired with the right volume. But looks like it's now really, because your momentum is still building up here in your RSI, still moving in an upward right direction. So I'm thinking it's just currently stabilizing at the 6.12 level. There. Overall, you're at a very cheap level for DMC. See that? DMC is a very stable company here in the Philippines with so many projects in the area of real estate. They have so many condominium projects in the metro, meaning Metro Manila. So 6.11, the 6 point whatever it, wherever it is at right now, I think it's already a good area to do test buy. So some professional traders would do test buys, right? They do not enter at they do not enter in a stock with just one big amount for one price, meaning they do trenches. Enter at 6.11 when it goes up, and then let's say it crosses the MA20 line, then they buy again, and then we wait for signals. So they enter in multiple prices. Question. Sa time frame, let's say 10 minutes and then uptrend yun, pero pag change sa 15 minutes, biglang nag-downtrend, alin po correct doon? They are both correct. However, some people would open the much longer time frame first because it gives you an overall picture. For example, we first look at the daily chart so that you would really know the overall sentiment of the market. Because in a much faster time frame, it might negate, let's say it is in an upward direction, but in the much faster time frame, it's showing a downward direction. So take note, the movement per candlestick in a faster time frame is also uniform to whatever time frame you choose. If it's for a 15-minute time frame, see this? So the overall direction here is technically on a downward movement, right? Let me just use the ISM because ISM had a good movement today. Okay, so overall here in the daily chart, we know that the sentiment of the market is really moving in an upward direction. Bear that in mind, okay? Upward direction. So what you need to do is when you open, let's say 15-minute chart, find your support here and then wait for it at that area before you enter. Okay, because let's say in a 15-minute chart, let us say it is already bouncing, but let's say 5-minute chart over here, it will still go down because you're here below the MA20 line. So which one is correct? So your faster time frame says that wait a second, because within the next 5 to let's say 3 or 4 candlesticks, it might go and revisit the support. So because you have already plotted your support in the 15-minute chart or in the daily chart, they're all the same. It's just that it takes more candlesticks to represent and really reach the support that you have plotted, right? For a 5-minute chart versus a 15-minute chart over here. Hold on, I'm rambling because the multiple time frame, you're already in a 5-minute chart, you're below the MA20 line. In a 15-minute chart, you're above the MA20 line. Okay, so this simply says that on a 5-minute chart, there is still a chance because you're now moving in a below the MA20 line. It might go down. So do not wait, do not enter yet. Even if your 15-minute chart says you're already above the MA20 line. Okay? See that? So wait for it. It's just really trying to take advantage of the price that you can save, or the amount that you can save based on the time frame that you are choosing. So we all know that 4.18 or 4.13 level is the next possible support here. So it might potentially go down and reach before it jumps. But overall, it's really okay. Simplify it. Try to open several windows, but your overall, the way you look at it, you look at it from a daily chart first to a 15-minute chart to a 5-minute chart, and do not toggle. And if you want to play a 5-minute chart, go play the 5-minute chart, and just expect that, of course, the fluctuations there would only give you a very minimal gain, because fluctuations there might look really huge, but it's really, small fluctuations in the overall sense of things. Mm-hmm. Ayaw na. It's not moving anymore. Let's go find another stock first. There, ISM. Day 15 and 5. Day 15? Okay, day 15 and 5. Okay, yes. That's right. Look at it in a daily chart first so that you know the direction, and then work your way downwards. Okay? Your faster time frame will just give you a recommendation that at what point you could really maximize the entry. Let's see that go up. Go. Oh, sorry to hear. Um, yeah, but I think if I will, right after this, I can chat with you some more, because it's better if we can illustrate that I need to find the right words. I'm running out of words earlier, but that's why I'm rambling. But overall, that's really the main message. Okay, let's talk about Cebu Pacific. Oh, the page is already loading so slow. Okay, let's try. Trying. Okay, there you go. Let's check out the daily chart. Okay. On the daily chart, you have created a support for Bloom in this area. Okay, let's first. Okay, so you had that support here as well. Here, okay, and price landing at the same area. So most likely you will have your support in this level. Okay, 10.34. So talking about the concept of entering at the right timing, your daily charts suggest that it's already a bounce, possible bounce for this stock. Now, from where it is at right now, where could you possibly enter at? So you go to your um, faster time frame. Go to the 15-minute chart. Does it suggest the same thing? See that? It's actually just being supported by your illustration where we place the line. It it also suggests the same thing. So normally it's just validating your assumption. So you had the support in the area. So where it is at right now, you can still haggle at the 10.34 level. So let's check out now. Now on a 15-minute chart, it says it's already at the resistance area, showing some signs of weakness. This is the resistance in a 15-minute chart. So see that? True enough, you have. So on a daily chart first, you check the resistance. So I was doing the reverse earlier because I was in a 15-minute chart. So you go first in a daily chart, plot your support and resistance, and then go to a much faster time frame to just validate. Okay, so you have a resistance over here. In case it goes higher, that will be the highest point. But right now, it is already creating that resistance over here. So it might go down in this area, which is 2.85. Yep. You might end the day with this price, 2.84, 2.85 level. We might end there. But overall, you already have a bounce. So the beauty of you toggling, looking at the daily chart first and then the much faster time frame, it allows you to project conservatively and realistically where you could enter. Because people looking at this candlestick, they will say, oh, it's already bullish. But nope, people might take profit and it will go back to the 2.84 level. Fruit. Oh, interesting. Fruit over here. So guys, I'm really sorry for those people who entered at the very high level here. Just if you have the funds, you can add some more volume because you are now at the support area for this stock at the 1.42 level. Now, next question. How can you lower down your cost average? Because people who may have entered at the 2.40 level right now, their average is 2.40. Okay, so, but this one, guys, this is a tip, but the only thing that is going to be at stake here is really time and your patience. Okay, so right now we're creating a support at 1.42. In the coming days, chances are it will go up. All right, it might even go halfway. Okay, so based on your risk tolerance, from this point to this point, that would mean a negative by like 17%, okay, versus a negative of 40% right now. So let's say you have 1,000 shares there. Maybe what you can do is partially sell, let's say 300 shares. Okay, sell 300 shares when you reach this level. Now you have a buying power. By the way, when you reach a level, let's say you're ready to sell, make sure you wait for a sign of weakness. Okay, when you see a sign of weakness, that could mean a bearish candlestick that will signify that we are now going to go back. Okay, but if the price is still moving in an upward direction, really bullish in that sense, don't sell yet. Okay, so see the disclaimer. Only sell when you see signs of weakness that it is now going to go back. And then you sell partially. Now, with the buying power that you have, wait again. Now that it is going down, wait for a possible bounce. Let's say it bounces in this area. The buying power that you have here, you buy it here. That means instead of having a 2.40 cost average, with you buying more shares at 1.60, it will lower down your cost average. Let's say it now has 2 pesos. So that's how you do your cost average without having to add more funds. Let me just do this. Are you guys still there? Okay, see the illustration? That's how you do your cost averaging without adding more funds. Did I talk about AGI? Okay, AGI is starting to break that. Really cute. This is so cute. It's, you see the twist in the MA20 line. It's starting to break that. So we have to wait and see, because it reached that level but people took profit. So we have to wait second half. Let us see if we have more people. Market depth. It doesn't show. Okay, anyway, let's check out the much faster time frame. Okay, so see that on a daily chart, you know that it is really going to move up now, but your faster time frame says that people will be taking profit and it might go back to the 11-12 area. So what you can do is don't buy yet. If the price hits the 11.12 area, that's when you enter. Okay, see that? Because we feel that people will still take profit, but overall, this is already a bullish candlestick. Wilcon. Wilcon has been on, a bullish move for several weeks now. It's not loading. B Core. B Core on a daily chart, guys. This is already very high. Wow, I didn't see this. Okay, don't be a victim of FOMO. Uh, let's check out the much faster time frame. The overall direction of this stock is potentially going down now. You have lower highs. Okay, so be extra careful. Maybe it will dip for today. Okay. Look at the volume as well compared to the volume yesterday. People already feel that this is starting to become more expensive and you're already at the overbought level. So it might revisit. So I'm thinking now, let's see your Fibonacci retracement. Where will it potentially? Hold on, let me just clear that. Fibonacci retracement. So the tip there, guys, if you do a Fibonacci retracement and you use just the body of the candlestick, when you move upwards, the second point on your resistance will also be just the body. If you use the wick, including the wick, you also include the wick up there. Okay, so where could it potentially jump or bounce? So if it finishes below the 3.66 area today, it might retrace. First area to watch out for will be 3.33 and then goes back here at the 3.13, and the most is 6.618. Okay, so that's the lowest it could potentially bounce. If that gets broken, you will now have a downtrend. So 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of possible bounce. East west. East west is also resting. Where could it land? Here. There you go. So don't get in yet. You will be able to get this at a discounted price. Meg. So I'm just using the popular ones. These are the stocks that are normally being requested. You now have a bounce for Meg. Now hopefully it gets sustained, and then when it reaches your next possible resistance over here, watch out and see what the price action is when it reaches that level. Okay, you had a tiny gap up today, but you have 209, so yep, it might continue to go up. The next would be Meralco. Meralco is still stabilizing. Okay, guys, it's stabilizing at the area, but overall, you're already at a cheap level for Meralco. Okay, so if you want to get in, the area to try out would be 318 level. Do you think it will break the 318? Let's check the faster time frame. Yeah, you have enough wiggle room there. Trying to, you see that? Some rejection that's happening at the MA20 line in a 15-minute chart. 13, 18, other 50. Oops. Big waves or big wicks for heaven. We're now crossing the MA20 line for heaven. It's 4.24. That's the key area to watch out for. It might people might take profit and will give you a chance at that level. Okay, so that used to be a resistance. See this? This used to be a resistance over here being formed, and then we broke that MA20 line, and then starting to really what do you call this? Break the upper Bollinger Band. So 425. Uh, Emperador. Emperador on the daily chart. Okay. Looks like it is really just sitting at the support for this stock. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't break, guys, because the next support that I see here is this area, 7.03. Yep, 7.03 or 7.04. So those are the key areas to watch out for. Where next? Double Dragon. Well, thanks for just hanging in there. Our internet is very slow, but yeah, we'll try our best to check this one out. So slow, guys. I'm really sorry. And we'll see. Oh, MRC, you're not safe yet. While your RSI is moving upward, I see really heavy sell-off happening right now for MRC. So just wait, as it might consolidate first before it goes up. Okay. So this is a perfect example that, moves up, consolidate, goes down, consolidate for a long time, but there was a price breakdown. That is another scenario, of course. Consolidated in this area for a long time and then boom, massive sell-off. Retraced a bit, bounced a little bit, but it has another one. We're not super safe yet for MRC. Shell PH. Shell PH, you are currently moving above the MA20 line. So as always, I would like to plot our support in the MA20 area, which is 32.81. Okay, so that's the key area to watch out for. Now, it's going down, but let's see, is it really going down? Check out the faster time frame. Yes, still triggering the lower band. Okay, see that? RLC. RLC on your 15-minute, let's go back first to the daily chart. Triggering the lower band, your MA20 line is also pointing downward, so that means we might have some more downward movements here. So this is the next support that I can see, 24 point. There you go. There. Okay. So why did we say that? First, used to be a resistance that became a support over here. At one point, it even challenged that here. So your previous resistance will now become your support. If it breaks that support, then we'll talk again. It might go further down and you have to check again the next possible support. And that should be right here. Okay? Just screen downwards while looking to your left. So that's how you plot your support and your resistance. KPPI. Okay, we still stick to our line over here. It's still moving downwards and it will challenge this line. If it gets broken, the next one will be 8.95. Look at so we only have 53 trades here. That's why your movements are really slow. Nickel, did I talk about nickel? Yep, you have a support here and slowly you're moving upward now. There. And while the price was moving downwards, see this? Price moving downwards, your RSI was also moving in an upward direction. So that's a good sign. That's why, hence the movement today. You might see some more bullish moves for nickel. Okay, just need to have more people trading it. Yeah. FB, which is San Miguel Food Corporation. We're triggering the lower Bollinger Band, so be extra careful. It might continue to go down. Okay, it might continue to go down. But we're now looking at a daily chart. If you want to check it out on a faster time frame, see if there's a possible bounce anywhere within the area. See. Oh, it's so slow. Okay. So I saw a message from Ericsson. Okay, ATN and ISM from Ericsson. Okay, I'm just using my cell phone to. So let's talk about ATN first. Okay, let's first go to the daily chart. Ericsson said, Aba and Alco, madam. Thanks, good thing nag-live po kayo ng maaga. Yes. Okay, for ATN, Ericsson, we're still trying to stabilize at the area where it is at right now. Very, very minimal movement because I will not be surprised because your trades here, we only have 16 trades. So we need more people to take action so that you see significant movements here. You're flatlining there, creating a stabilization at the support while your RSI is already moving upward. So if people are not yet interested, you can start accumulating volume as it will just pick up later on when they notice it. ABA. ABA. Okay. Oh, I don't see any confirmation yet for ABA. People might take profit and might even land here today. So let's check out if that is really the case for our ABA here. So you're now moving at above the MA20 line. Okay. So I'd say if you really want to take advantage of a discounted price for ABA, I would have to wait till it reaches the support. Okay. So that's the support that it was built previously. So 0.72 is the ideal price for you to watch out for. The next is Alco. For Alco, it's still, is it moving upward? Yes, it is moving upward. But you only have 21 trades. Well, the price is moving downward over here. But you're already at the support area. Ericsson, you're already here at the support level. So if you'd like, you can do test twice. Yep, support. Notice that here and this one too. Okay, so you're at a good price right now. Check if you can enter at 0.81. Okay, ATN. I talked about ATN, ABA, and ALCO, but very quickly ISM. Let's check out ISM 5 minutes before the market opens. Okay, 4.13. People might take profit and might give you a chance at 4.13, guys. So That's the plot that we have made. Okay, 4.13 possible support right now. Notice there is a resistance at the MA20 line, so just watch out as people might take profit. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm actually on a vacation leave today. That's why I'm able to do live, and I will do live again, guys, tonight at a much earlier time, around 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock in the evening. I'll do live. Okay. So thank you for joining me. For those who have questions, Frank, if you have questions, just message me directly. We are in Invest in the Stock Market in Facebook. And for those people who have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe and I will really appreciate it. Thank you.